Oh, hello everyone. New Year's Eve. Very cold here in the UK today, and I haven't seen anyone or spoken to anyone since my last video. I don't know how I do it, to be honest. However, here I am, in all my glory, in my vision in blue, because I had a very strange experience today that I want to share with you. I've got no one else to talk to, so if I do the video, it helps me to talk about this, which is kind of overwhelmed me, to be honest. I think you might enjoy it, and I don't understand it fully, so any comments would be very grateful. Yesterday, or was it today? Yesterday, I think, this huge picture appeared on my Facebook page. A beautiful face, longish dark hair, a beard, beautiful eyes. It filled the whole page. I thought, oh, what a beautiful face. And I remembered I had clicked on him some weeks ago as a possible friend. You know how you do. Russian. I got a feeling about Russia, and I got suddenly lots of Russian people sending me pictures, but this one was especially beautiful, and it appeared yesterday. I did make a little comment under it saying I felt it was a beautiful face, and I thought it was a spiritual teacher or somebody who carried the light. Left it at that. So today another picture appeared, which is unusual because once you see them they tend to go, don't they? Anyway, another picture appeared today, and there was a comment underneath it. It wasn't a reply to my comment, but it was an explanation as to what it was. Somebody apparently had found this photograph, put it in a frame, and she was explaining that it was a spiritual teacher from Siberia. Now, one's mind can go anywhere with that. And I thought, Siberia, that's an awful long way to have a connection. I wouldn't be able to go and see him, for instance. And I sat for a while, and I can't explain the feeling. It was like a very warm connection with this being. I felt I knew him. It was very warm. I had a few tears, and I thought, oh, I'll sit and meditate to see what comes up. And it lasted the whole morning. I had a meditation, and it was very, very deep, very beautiful. And then I was aware that I was having a conversation. Now, I have lots of spirit friends, and they don't speak in words. This is very frustrating for me because I love words, as you can see. But they seem to talk either in light codes or through the thought or through the soul, but I don't get words, which is very frustrating. But I was aware there was a lot going on. I got my breakfast and tried to be as practical as I could, and this was sort of going on at another level. It was just, I just knew we were having a conversation, and it was so strong. I had my breakfast. I've got to go and lie down again, which I often do after breakfast to recover from getting up. I think I've said this before. So I lay there for about an hour, and I thought, as I've been anaesthetised, that the heaviness and the power was like just overtook me for a while. And I still don't really understand what it was all about. It's just about wearing off now, and I thought I've got to do this video to share it, to see what's going on, because when I talk about things I often do get an insight. So it's quite a brief video, and probably about, I'm not sure it's due anyway, but it is New Year's Day tomorrow, and I thought, would it be nice to sort of get this off my chest? And it wasn't a frightening feeling at all. It was just, and I mean, I don't know what you would make of it, but my not immediate thought, but after a while of thinking about it, I thought, that was Yeshua that I used to know in Jerusalem 2,000 years ago. I thought, don't be daft, he's in Siberia. But is he in Siberia? And is that just a story somebody's made up for this beautiful photograph? I don't know. I really don't know, but I have Yeshua, a friend. He's a friend, and he comes quite frequently to help me out with things, and I know that version. And he's quite fair and very tall and very athletic and very beautiful. Sort of longish, the picture you get in churches, which I don't think would be him at all, because of course he was Jewish. Now this guy looked a bit more like the Jewish version. Siberia. And so we had this huge connection between Jupiter and Saturn, causing the star, which in my belief system was what happened in Jerusalem 2,000 years ago when he was actually born, because these two planets are very, very close together and would cause a very brilliant light. And this is how it just happened. So, you know, I can put all sorts of things together in my head and make a fairy story, which has this person come again? Is he living in Siberia? I mean, anything's possible, isn't it? Or is it just my imagination, or something that's been put there? It's quite I probably get the answer eventually, but the more I think about it, the more I think it could be the man himself. And of course he would, and he can do anything, they can do anything. Is it a different version, a newer version, an older version, a more cosmic version maybe? The one I get from time to time is maybe the more ordinary, no disrespect, you know what I mean, the one I'm used to, the one I used to know, the one I'm used to. Is this a different version? Because I wouldn't have thought an everyday spiritual teacher would have that much power. It was very, very powerful, and the conversation and the connection did seem to me to be rather. I mean, I can handle quite a bit of power. I do have a lot of. I don't know what I'm talking about, but what I mean is I've been told I have got a lot of energy, a lot of power, and a lot of beings that work with me. So why this was so different, I don't know. And I had to put my glasses on to see how much time I've got. I'm rabbiting on, you know what I'm like. Or 6 minutes. We'll make it a brief one anyway, because I'm just. It's very frosty outside, very cold, very frosty. I haven't. Did I go out? Oh, yes, I did. I went to a dentist on Tuesday, did some shopping for Christmas. But I say I haven't spoken to a soul. My daughter didn't ring. I haven't seen anybody, of course, so I do wonder if I'm losing my mind. With this kind of isolation. Well, maybe I am. Maybe we all are. Maybe that's what it's all about, losing our minds for a new one. And I put my colours on today, my blue spiritual colours. And I've changed so many times because I was so frustrated with myself. I'm just aware I'm looking older all the time, and I hate it. I cannot cope with old age, believe me. I find it very, very difficult. And I know there'll be lots of things, people have said lovely things, but for me, I'm very vain, as you can gather. And this saying came to me from, I think it's the Summit Lighthouse. I am changing all my garments, old ones for the bright new day. With the sun of understanding, I am shining all the way. Oh, I don't know. Here I am, having done 6 or 7 minutes. That's enough for you. I see very frustratingly that the videos don't get looked at much more than 5 minutes, and all the good stuff comes at the end. So I'm asking myself, why do I do this? Why do I go on for so long? Probably I enjoy it. Perhaps it's self-indulgence. Anyway, I think that's the story. I mean, I could obviously speculate for quite a long time about it, but my feelings are that it's the man himself come to the earth, living in a very remote place, and maybe just that was just an image for me, because this happened to me before with Sananda. I expect you've heard of Sananda, Lord Sananda. Well, this happened about 4 or 5 years ago, and I've been going through a really, really rough time, and I was driving home. No, I didn't. I got home, switched on the computer, and there's a certain website I used to go into, I forget what it's called now. Huge picture of this beautiful face appeared, and I was stunned, and there was nothing underneath it, no writing whatsoever, and I suddenly said, "Oh, Sananda!" I knew who it was. The eyes, they were like liquid blue. I couldn't describe the picture, and I tried to find it again. I looked through everything. I put his name. I did everything I could to find a picture, and I thought, no, he's put that picture on for me. And they can do that. They can do anything. Of course, these beings. They can. Well, what do they do? They've written things on my internet. I'm switching between planes, so I've had a picture, but I wish somebody else could see it. And it doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter, but the fact that it was so very, 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 very powerful. And I think, well, why was it so powerful if I've known him for a very long time, and I see him just as a friend? He pops in and out and helps with people, but I suppose they all have different versions of themselves, you know. And And how do we know? I mean, somebody would know out there. I expect some very clever person, but I'm just a very ordinary person, which is probably why they come to me, because I haven't got. I don't think I've got a lot of learning. I don't know. I'm supposed to be a very simple soul, but then I think unless you become a little child, you can't enter the kingdom of heaven, they say. I do think I'm very childlike at times, and maybe that's my attraction. I don't know. But I'll just go back to the quick story about Sananda, because it is quite relevant. I mean, you might enjoy hearing it. Um, I just, I felt him pulling me across the Great Divide. Now there was a Great Divide, and I was aware that I was being pulled into a different dimension. And I've learned since that I was living in a parallel universe. This may sound a bit complex, but it helps me to talk about it. Indulge me. The parallel universe to the one we're in now, and it's not a very nice universe. It's almost the opposite. Everything. This was on Star Trek some time ago, actually, a story about this. How I think it was Captain somebody or other went into the parallel universe, and everything's exactly the same. The people are the same, but they are not loving and kind. They are the opposite. It's called counterpart. Everything's opposite. And I was thinking, well, only recently. See how old I am. I'm not going to say. And I always had a lifetime of really struggling with such very nasty experiences. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I was put there for a reason. I don't know. But anyway, Sananda came. What a clever being. And I felt him pull me away from that particular existence into this one. And I must admit, things have improved slightly in the past few years. Not a lot. I'm getting carried away. Okay. All right, darlings. Well, that will do for now. I do hope you have New Year's Eve. Well, there won't be much partying, will there? So anyway, I'm in a way quite grateful for my isolation, because I haven't got to worry about it. I haven't got to go worrying about food for people, and I have given parties in the past, and you do worry about giving people the right stuff and and afterwards you're exhausted. So this is okay. And I just have to get through it somehow. Things will have to liven up soon, won't they? So there we are. No pink camellias. So I'm putting my glasses on again to see. My God, it's 12 minutes. Oh, I said I was going to do a short one. Oh, well, never mind. Okay then. God bless for now. Happy New Year. Take care. Bye bye.